Have a look at this adult coloring book and imagine that this is your own. So you can see over here, there's just a couple of images that's used for coloring for adults. And I'm going to teach you on how to make something like this as well. Because if you see 24,000 ratings over here, if it's just earning $1 per review over here, it's already an easy $24,000. So if I jump over here, I'll show to you how you can create your own adult coloring book with each image you can create in just a couple of seconds. Okay, so I'll tell you the secret on how to create this one. So step one is to check out Amazon for bestsellers when it comes to adult coloring books. So before we start making this awesome coloring book over here, what we want to do first is to do our research. So what I have over here is Amazon, and I've already done the search on the keyword for adult coloring books. So you can see a lot over here, and there are quite a number with lots of good reviews. So for example, this one, it's already 24,000, and then there's quite a number, 7,000 reviews, right? And then you can just have a lot of ideas or for inspiration as you go through the different examples over here. I've even shown this one over here, a really simple, easy coloring book. And what you can do is for each example, you can just go to the item link and then click on look inside, and then you can just have a quick look on what the contents would look like. And you have a couple of samples on the coloring images that you can also create, right, when it comes to using our technique. Okay, so this is really simple, right? You can create something like this, and what I have over here, right, is also fairly similar as what you can see over here. So it's more of a corgi themed, right, coloring book. So pretty much when we come to research for our coloring books, there's pretty much three main questions that we need to answer. How many pages? What is the ideal dimension? And what is the theme that you resonate with? And if I check the details, what I come up with is it's usually around 100 pages for each coloring book. Okay. And then for the ideal dimensions, pretty much if you check the details as well, it's the 8.5 inches by 11 inches. So fairly standard. And then the theme, it really depends up to you. So for example, I love corgis. I have a corgi as well. So let's say what I decided was to make it corgi themed. Okay. So what you want to do is to niche down on a specific topic. Okay. So that you can continue along with this specific theme and resonate with your potential buyers for that coloring book. Step two is to work our magic by using Midjourney to create our adult coloring images. Okay. So when it comes to working with Midjourney, what it simply does is you give it a set of instructions, what you want to draw, okay, or what to be created, and then it will generate that image for you, okay? So I won't be covering on how to set up Midjourney and all. There are a lot of tutorials out there. It's very straightforward to do so, but what I want to focus is what are the instructions that we need to give Midjourney so that we can come up with awesome coloring page images and with the least amount of effort, okay? So I'm assuming that you know how to do like the basics when it comes to using Midjourney, but I want to share with you, okay, what are the exact steps that I did. Okay, so there are pretty much two main components when it comes to coloring pages. What we need is the coloring pages inside, right? Maybe around roughly 100 images, right? And then what we need as well is our cover image when it comes to having this one over here, okay? So our cover page, okay, to show that, okay, this is what the final output could look like if you buy this coloring book, okay? So what we want to start off with is what to share with you is very simple and very straightforward to create the coloring page inside, because what I have over here is the keywords. The most important part is the list of keywords that you need to use, and we just need to rinse and repeat this specific prompt or template. Okay, so what I have over here is coloring pages for adults. This is very important because we want Midjourney to create something like a black and white page for us. And then pretty much the idea, or for this specific page, what do we want to be portrayed inside the image? So for example, over here, Corgi wearing a monocle. And then in the style of pop art, okay, so what I selected was pop art. And then you need to make sure that this exists on every single prompt that you have to make the look and feel be consistent across your entire coloring book. And then bold lines, because this really helps, high detail, and then simple background, okay? And then this is also very important, black and white, and then no shading, because we want the buyer or whoever's doing the coloring to do most of this, okay? And another important part is adding dash dash AR, which is aspect ratio of 3:4. So you just need to put this as well inside your prompt. What this simply says is more of, I want the size that would fit inside an 8.5 inches by 11 inches paper, okay? So that's our aspect ratio. For this one, so you can just ignore this because Midjourney will just add this by default. Okay, so this is what I did, and then what I have over here are 4 images, and it's up to you to decide that, okay, are we good with this one? Do I want to regenerate this? Okay, and then if you're happy with one of the versions over here, okay, and then what I did was I simply selected the upscale option for that specific image. So if you could see, right, it was this one, the fourth one. So I selected U4 and then it upscaled this specific image, okay? And what I did was I simply used the same prompt, okay? So if you notice, right, coloring pages for adults in the style of pop art, bold lines, etc. until no shading, and then aspect ratio of 3:4. What I only changed was what would be the content of my image. So for example, over here, Corgi dressed as a detective. Okay, and then I was happy with this one, so I selected U3 over here. Okay, and then I had this image, right? And then next one was Corgi relaxing at the beach. So pretty much the same prompt, right? Because I wanted to be very consistent across the entire booklet, okay, or entire coloring book. And then Corgi relaxing at the beach. That was the only change that I did. And in just a couple of seconds, I already had this version, and I was happy with the two of them, with version 1 over here and version 4. So I click on U1, upscale 1, and upscale 4. So you have these two images over here. Okay, so it's really easy. As you can see, it's up to your imagination. So I can just go on Corgi as a ninja or Corgi doing skydiving, right? Depending on the theme that you have selected. Okay, you're not limited to dogs. You can go for flowers, for patterns, for scenes. So there are a lot of things that you can do by doing the research in Amazon and specifying the theme that you're also very interested in. Then you can breeze through the creation process in just minutes. Now, if I go over here, right, what we want to work on with, I was experimenting now with the cover page. Okay, so for the cover page, it's very similar as well to the prompt that we used from a while ago, except for a couple of modifications. So what I did was I erased the instruction coloring pages for adults because we don't want it to be black and white. And then pretty much I just place in Corby relaxing at the beach because this is similar to what we used from a while ago. Same thing, style of pop art, bold lines, high detail, simple background. So you can see it's still the same keywords that we use. The only difference was specifying instead of black and white, I changed this to full color. Okay, and then aspect ratio is still the same at 3:4, and now we have this image, and I love the first one. Then I selected U1 over here, okay, and now we have this cover image that we will be using. Now, what you can do is just continue. What I did was also trying out dress as a ninja, okay, and I had this image as well over here. And what I want to show you right now is let's just copy this one, okay, and what we want to do is let's just go for a quick demo just to see on how quick it is when it comes to generating images over here. So what I want to do is let's just change this to Corgi doing skydiving and having fun. And now let's just press enter and just see on how quick it is when it comes to Midjourney generating this image for us. Because what you can do is just continue typing the prompts, right? And just having like Midjourney work on it one by one because you don't need to wait for this one. You can just simply type like imagine again and then work on another prompt, right? Have it generate another image as you go through. But when it starts the creation process, like literally in seconds, it will just create that concept image for you. And it's really easy to do so. Once you have created what we did over here for the cover, right? Then you just need to do the same thing over and over again for the rest of the coloring pages. Okay, so now Midjourney has picked up the job and it has started creating the image. So we can just have a quick look. Okay, just count the number of seconds. And you can see like a really cute like corgis over here. So let's have a look if it's really black and white and if it's something that we could use. And the cool thing with Midjourney is if you're not happy with this one, you can just simply do a refresh to create another version for images for you. So it's really straightforward to do so. Okay, now in just a couple of seconds, okay, we have created a couple of skydiving corgis over here. And this one's really cute, right? The hot air balloon style over here, or even this one, it looks like an astronaut. So let's say if I'm happy with, let's say for version 3, let's just go for U3, right? Upscale this one, or even U2 as well. This one looks really cute as well. So I'll click on this one, right? So now we have two jobs for Midjourney to upscale image number 2 and image number 3 over here. And just like that, right, you already have this really cool image over here. Really straightforward. Okay, so you can just continue doing this across like 100 pages, and it's just limited to your imagination. So if you're enjoying this, please like and subscribe for more passive income ideas like this. And I also have a free ebook for you, okay, for the top 4 ways to earn passive income, which I'll link inside the description. Step 3 is using Canva to create our coloring book layout and then just piece all of the images together. So inside Canva, you don't even need a pro account. You just need a free account, and it's very easy to create a new one. I'll include the link in the description as well. And then what we want to search for is simply type in coloring book, and you would see a lot of templates over here. So what I did was I simply selected this one because what we are only after is the size, right? That we can use as our initial starting point, because we will just delete all the images over here, right? So what I have right now is, you could see this specific template under the sea, okay, right? We don't need these images, but it's just as simple as uploading the images that we have gotten from Midjourney over here, right? And then just making sure that it fits inside the page. So you can see over here, right? I simply uploaded the images and then just like literally dragging it over here. Okay, so you could just see that I just placed it and just made sure that it's centered across the page, okay? And it's very straightforward because now you have like multiple pages over here, right? And then I just uploaded them and placed over here one by one, okay? So the only thing that you need to do is just make sure that for your cover page, you need to place some sort of text as well to identify like, okay, what type of adult coloring book is this? And it's very easy to just take inspiration from the potential like competitors that we have over here. So you could see right over here, adult coloring book, and then just like specify what is the central theme with your coloring book. Okay, so over here, you could just add text as well that, okay, this is corgis, okay? And then you should see over here, there's a lot of versions of the corgis that we have as well, okay? So it's really up to you on how to monetize this, because one way is using Amazon, as what you could see over here, right? Sell it on Amazon. Okay, Amazon will print out the coloring book for you, and then you get royalties in return for that. Or you could also sell it inside Etsy. Okay, so it's really up to you. And there are a lot of ways that you can earn passive income with coloring books. Okay, so this is just one of the possibilities. So if you also want to learn how to use patterns generated by Midjourney to start earning passive income as well, and then see this video next.